Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak. I should have wrote it in white chalk, but I thought the orange would be appropriate for Thanksgiving coming up next week. Today is November 17th of 2022. It's Thursday. Right now it's 33 degrees Fahrenheit or 1 degree Celsius at 8:30 p.m. And it's supposed to drop to another 3 degrees tonight, so we'll see what's going on. But I got my basement bloomer. I'm going to show you something easy for you to do. It's not expensive, so if you think you can't afford bonsai, this is the one to do, a common geranium, or you can do a scented geranium. I'll show you how they look. And this is, let's see, this is my scented one. It's a little raggedy because it was outside in all that cold weather, but it's there, and you can see it's growing like a windswept bonsai. How do you do that? You stick it in the window, like I got in the basement. Whatever light comes in from the east window, the plant starts to reach for the light. So that's how you get your natural bend. You don't have to use wire and all that expensive stuff. You just do it naturally. So what we're going to do, we're going to take some of these old leaves off, just like that. This is the scented geranium. It's the mosquito one. I don't know what I think you need a dozen just around you to keep away the mosquitoes. Because in the yard, mosquitoes come and mosquitoes go, but I wish you can smell the scented leaves on there. But all we're going to do is take a lot of this off, just like that. And then the trunk is small. You can see it's got wood on it. It's starting to get woody, but we're going to cut this back for the winter time. Let me put this so you can see it. To see what we're going to do here. Okay, let's throw this here. I'm going to take my ironwood pruners. Now it's Christmas time, so for your friend or loved one, or you got somebody that's into bonsai or into gardening, get some ironwood tools. They're very good. I mean, they're the best tools I ever owned. Okay, Tom, what'd you do with that bucket? There it is, right in front of me. So right now, I got a bud coming up over here, and it's going to come up this way, or I can cut the windswept here a little bit because I got a bud coming out right about here. The bud is over here. So we got a forked branch, but we're just going to take it off here, get it short for the winter. Now this is long and scraggly, but you can see all the buds here. So you got a bud going out this way or this way. We got directional pruning. So you don't want, I want the bud to come out towards the back, so I'm just going to cut it so you can see it right there. I'm just going to cut it over here. And then the top, it's got a nice woody branch system. And this is scented geranium. These are cheap too. So all I'm going to do is, so we can have this push out, I'm going to cut this one back to here. And this one, now I had all my other geraniums and they didn't grow, I mean the cuttings, so we can try again. Now I got, this is the long branch, not the saloon from Gunsmoke. What Miss Kitty. I don't know if you guys remember that. Well, you young whippersnappers out there will remember it. But not the real young whippersnappers. But this, we're going to have this branch start to grow this way. So I'm just going to cut this back to this node right there. And that is our trimming. Now we're going to put these in here. And I'll try to root these again, but this is it. And this one was done on 7/27 of 21. So you know this is the second summer. Now here's my other geranium. You can see the flowers starting to wilt, but in the basement in the low light, hey, that's great. So you can see the trunk forming on it. And see, you don't have to buy these expensive trees. If you can't afford it and you want to try it, a geranium is an easy one to do. I know it's sad to cut the flower off, but what are you going to do? Okay, we'll get some of these dead leaves off. And don't be afraid to try. Something easy for you to do. Like I said, start out small. We got my squirrel in there. You can hardly notice him inside. So I'm going to take some of these old leaves off. Now you can see this trunk. We want a double trunk. This one's grown into here and this one's into here. So I don't want this one, whoops, there we go. I don't want this one into this trunk. I want to develop the trunk more, so we're going to cut this off at the bottom and maybe we can root it. Now you can see the double trunk, but with this one it's a triple. But we're going to cut this back to here to allow for any dieback. And we got another trunk growing out of here. So we're going to cut that one off. And let's see now. They sprout at the oddest places here. So I'm going to cut this one here. And this one here, you can see it's a little bit dead in there, so it was like wilting back. So we're just going to cut it above here. So we got the makings of our tree for next summer. So let's put this on the side. I'll see if I can root any of these. This one down here. Let me get it up. There we go, Tom. We'll put it in here. Now here's my other older forest. Oh, let me put Mr. Squirrel in there. But you can see the nice looking trunk you can develop on it. And this is only in the window. Basement window, east window. Whatever light it gets in the morning, that's what it's going to get. There. And don't forget NOWAK. If you go to Ironwood to purchase any tools, because you get your discount there by typing in my last name, NOWAK. So here's my other one. Look at all the nice blooms on it. And this is just in the basement. Just in the basement. I don't have no fancy lights or anything of that there nature. Let's get all this out. All these rocks will clean the surface off. Just like that. There we go. Just take your hands. I had all these rocks in here to keep the daytime marauders from digging in here. And Tom, get the garbage can here. There we go. Just like that. Now you can see this is starting to have a nice trunk on it. So let's do some fall cleanup. It's not winter yet. I think it's December 21st. I forget. So I know we're going to cut the blooms off, but what are you going to do? So on here, I don't know if you can see, right there we got a branch coming up this way and another branch this way and another one here. So I'm going to cut it right about here, and I'm just going to cut the buds off because I'll try to root some of these. I don't know, it's winter time. Just like that. Got a nice little cutting. We'll throw it into here. And then, yeah, I know, You can smell these. You can smell when you cut a geranium. It smells good. So now, I'm going to take the blossom off there. Put it over there. Take some of these leaves off. And don't be afraid to try a geranium. It's easy. They're cheap. Get them towards the end of the season, or go to the, like in Lowe's and stuff, they got a section where the plants are half wilting and dying, or getting rid of them cheap. Just go in there and get your own little geranium for cheap. Sometimes they have them for 50 cents. So let's take the flowers off so we can see what we're doing here. I know it's a shame to cut off the flowers, but what are you going to do? And I thought it would sleep. Well, it did from the cold outside, but then it just sprouted right back up again. There we go. So you can see how nice this trunk is. Are you going to say, Tom, you got a crossing trunk here? Yes, we do. And that can be taken care of. See, you can see how it's crossing into this one. So we're going to take it off right about here, because this is a bud here and it's going to grow out this way, so it'll grow away from this branch. So we're just going to go into here and cut it. Nice cutting for us to root. Put that in there. And let's see what else we can do. I think we can take these big leaves off. They're reaching towards the window because they want the light, so they're getting long and leggy, but that's all right. We'll take them off for now. Just so you can see what's going on here. We got some, these are from the wooden branches here are from the flower buds. So we can cut that off, cut that off, cut that yellow leaf off, cut that yellow leaf off. And this little leaf, well, no, we're going to leave that one on because it's going to start to grow another branch. So we'll just go from there. We're not going to decorate it yet because we just want it to grow for the winter time. And we can take our little brush, and I'm still cleaning in the basement, so there's still a lot of mess in here. What are you going to do? I don't know. Seems like it never ends. Winter work never ends. So I'm just going to take all this off. Take it off like that. A lot of you people out there worm compost. I don't do that because I don't have the room. And with the dogs and the cat and everything, there's no way I could do it. Everything's hectic here. Everything. But God bless you guys that can do worm composting and stuff. I know it's a fascinating way to get your free compost. So there's our little trunk. You can see there. So this will grow out this way, and that way there nothing will cross into this branch here. So that's our little geranium tree for now. And don't be afraid to try it. I'm going to do the cuttings, and remember, windswept, just let it grow towards the light and let it stretch that way, and you'll have a nice windswept bonsai, at least the start of it, without doing all that wiring and stuff. Now I got my little pagoda we can put here. And we got my dragon stone. Put that there. And I think that would be good for this. So, just something to decorate it for the basement. Something you can do. You can say, Tom, it's sticking out of the soil. Well, it's not meant for show until it goes outside. So this is the Scented geranium. And you can see it's grown towards the sun, so you're getting that nice little windswept look. And then by turning it, let me get this guy up. By turning it, you still, even though I didn't turn this one much, you can see how it's going towards the sun, so you can get that nice bend in there all by yourself by just letting the sun do its work. So there's a little squirrel there. We're not going to say which is front and which is back yet, but for now, this is good. So, what's tonight? Tonight is Thursday. It's book night with a nice hot cup of tea. And I got a book here I think you might like. It's called Garden Wisdom. It's by Bernard Schofield. I mean, this book has a lot of good information in there. And a lot of good whimsical little sayings. Like it says, onion skin's very thin, mild winter coming in. Onion skin's very tough, coming winter very rough. So you can do... it's got a lot of good stuff. It's got about rutabagas. I mean, it's not bonsai, but it's a good book to read. It's got about chrysanthemums, daffodilly has come to town in a yellow petticoat and a green gown. A traditional rhyme. I mean, everything is good. It tells you about discouraging caterpillars, discouraging earwicks, discouraging fleas. Here's a whimsical saying by William Blake from 1757 to 1827. The caterpillar on the leaf repeats to thee thy mother's grief. Kill not the moth nor butterfly, for the last judgment draweth nigh. Pretty good old sayings. I love this book. This is a nice little book for you to read. It's got a nice little bookmark in there, so you can go turn your pages. Or, if you do like me, I save my Christmas cards and I make bookmarks out of them. So that's the best way to do it. So check out this book. It's a real good little book. A Miscellany of Garden Wisdom. Great book. So get yourself a cup of tea. Sit back, relax with a good book. And don't be afraid to try a geranium. People are going to say, that's not a bonsai. Hey, 2 years already. And they're growing. This one's a little slow. Might have to give it some more fertilizer in the spring. We'll see how it grows. But I mean, look at the trunk. It's woody. See that? Nice little plant. So give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. Take care, everybody. I know I'm jawing too much. It's 18 minutes into the video. So you take care, enjoy a good book, a nice hot cup of tea, because I'm going to have one to take the chill out of the bones, because it was like a cloudy day and the wind was fierce out there. I mean, it was fierce, and it still is fierce. I just let the dogs out. Cold like you wouldn't believe. So I got to get my cup of tea and catch up on some old videos and relax before I hit the old sackaroo and enjoy a little bit of my garden wisdom. Take care, everybody.